You know, the other thing is, I know, um, the night that I attended, I mean, there was a number of people presenting some really good ideas.
Yeah.
And, you know, the whole goal was to narrow it down to one idea for funding.
Yeah.
But I mean, that doesn't mean that, you know, other ideas could not be taken up at a later date,
Yeah.
could not be funded by other means.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really want to encourage people to come with your ideas.
Yeah, I think the problem is that we narrowed it down to one meeting, and
Yes.
Ideally, it should have been 2 meetings.
Right.
You know, the first meeting where you have that composite of ideas, the next, you have go home, you think about it, you narrow it down, next night you come up with a decision. But having it all done in one night made it difficult for people. I think there was some confusion. So that created somewhat of a chaotic situation.
All right, so that meeting, you think April 27th at
April
around
27th.
5:30?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And if you like chocolate, arrive early.
Arrive early, okay. All right, now we're starting our new business, and the first item under new business is to sign a quitclaim deed for 53 Pleasant Street.
Yeah.
The new owners are here?
Yes.
Yay!
They came in and they were the successful bidders. They've been working diligently. They had some issues with the deed and they wanted to clear that up. The board was working with them and understood the issues and what they were trying to overcome, so they were able to extend the deadline for payment. And as soon as they got it taken care of, they came in. They paid it off. We've accepted the check. The account's clear. So I would like to ask the board to issue a quitclaim deed.
Motion for that?
I would so move, yes, we sign that.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? I'd like to wish them good luck.
Congratulations.
We do that enthusiastically.
Yeah.
I think the first time this came up, you may not have been watching, but we ordered a pizza.
Yes, we did.
I want you to know that.
We did.
And we're holding you to it.
We appreciate the board's help in getting this project pushed through, so thank you very
Do
much.
you have anything you want to share? Do you have any plans for the property yet, or?
Other than to, step one would be to clear up the land.
Yeah.
At least so that it's not an eyesore or a safety hazard to the
Yeah,
town.
thank you.
And then move forward with some proper planning on how we're gonna develop it.
You know, I may be speaking out of turn. Well, let me do it anyway.
Okay.
In May, the town, May the week of 14th through the 21st, I think, there is a huge effort bringing in everybody in town to clean up the town. And there'll be, down Water Street, down at the park, all over the place, and we're gonna finish with hot dogs at the park, that kind of thing. You might kind of bring those people in and have them help you, I'm sure they'd love to. And I think there will be dumpsters and stuff like that.
So that's town cleanup week?
That's town
Yeah.
cleanup
Oh, okay.
week,
Yeah, I
yes.
didn't know that. And we used to do that in April. Usually
No
around
Not this
Thursdays.
year, boy.
Yeah, we used to go around town and pick up all the
Yeah,
No, so
winter
rubbish,
trash.
Yes.
they usually donate the
Yes.
dumpsters.
That's
I believe,
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We look
Next
forward
item
to the
is,
opening.
yes, we
We'll
do.
keep you posted.
I will dance at the opening.
Yeah.
Number 2, discuss paving for the upcoming season.
Yeah, this is, I had a chance this week to talk to Ron Picard, he's with Pavement Management Services. We discussed some options for paving for the upcoming season. Ricky has identified a section in North Lubec that he would like to have paved this summer. And it's about 1.5 miles, almost 2 miles. Ron is estimating it's going to take about 1,500 tons of pavement to complete the project. Basically what Ron does is he takes a number of communities and he goes to each community and tries to find out what their needs are, and then he goes out to multiple paving companies and he uses that bulk amount to try to get a lower price. He does have a management fee in there that is what he gets for his efforts.
Shouldn't our paving paving be done as it has in the past by sealed bid by one or more contractors or paving companies, examining what needs to be, the work to be performed, and then provide that information, like, when we open them up here like we did in the fall.
Yeah, and, you know, there's two ways of doing it.
But this is a contractor with
Right.
a single and sole proprietor, and he's getting 40% off the top, and I think that's kinda heavy.
Okay.
So presumably, if we put this out to bid, we would have to select all of the paving that Picard is proposing to do, or that needs to be done, and say, offer it out to anybody else to say, what can you offer us for this same amount of stuff? Is that
Well,
what
when we
I'm,
did in the
That's not
fall, when we did Straight Bay Road,
yeah,
there was specifications that were supplied to one or more paving companies.
uh-huh,
Those paving companies then came in with their bid
uh-huh,
and disclosed what the work was that they were gonna perform
uh-huh,
and how much they were gonna do that work for.
yeah,
So it's basically the same situation, as opposed to having a sole proprietor come in and say, well, I'm getting 40% off the top one way or the
Yeah.
other.
I guess maybe I misunderstood, because I thought it was not just North Lubec, but anything that needed to be done in town that Ricky would pinpoint, and then we would estimate how much there would be, and then give it out to Picard.
Well,
Oh, we're talking about
our
bulk
initial
amount, right?
project is going to be North Lubec Road,
Yes,
correct?
the.
So that sounds like a large project, that is a
Yeah.
mile of blacktop that's gonna be laid,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be an expensive proposition.
Yes,
And when we gotta give somebody 40% off the top to have that work performed, I wanna see one or more bids come in from one or more companies. If one company comes in and said, that's it, and we got a sole bid that meets the criteria and specifications that we provided publicly
Yep.
and announced, then he's gonna get that bid.
That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to just throw something up there. There's two board members missing. Why don't we wait until we have a full board to discuss this?
That's fine with me.
Wanna do that?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
all right.
Mike's, can I acknowledge Michael?
Oh, sorry,
A
Mike.
comment pertinent to the upcoming paving season. Hope you're not overlooking some of the condition of the roads in town. Brownville from the corner on Pleasant Street into the recycling is just a mess. And I think that should be kept on the list for,
Okay.
I think that's where my misunderstanding came, that I thought we were talking about all the things that were needed to get done.
I think what Ricky
Yeah.
did was he went out and prioritized
Yeah.
Right.
what, you know,
Right.
and the larger sections.
Yep.
That's what,
Right.
I mean, because the
And
larger
North
section
Lubec Road
is
got
North
a
Lubec.
really couple of
Yeah.
bad stretches.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, we're just gonna wait for that.
And we'll consult with Ricky between now and then,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
okay.
Okay, number 3, review RFP for auditing services.
Okay, this is, something that I put together. The auditor that we've used, in the past couple of years, Hollingsworth, he has retired. And we're gonna be looking for new municipal auditors. This is an ad that we would place, probably in a local paper and probably the Bangor Daily, to make sure that we get a good number of, qualified candidates. One thing I wanted to ask the board on, you know, I've got it for 3 years. You know, does the board feel that that's sufficient?
That's fine.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, I really hate to go out too long, but, you know, I think if an auditing firm gets a chance to come in and maybe get 3 years' worth of work, we might be able to get a better price.
That's fine by me.
Yeah,
Can I get a motion?
good.
All set with that, Tony?
Oh, yeah?
Okay,
So moved, yeah.
yeah,
All in favor, everybody,
good.
done deal. What does everybody ask me to do?
No.
Okay, next item, just a reminder that tax foreclosure is April 11th. Close the business on Monday. And like as the board looks, these are the accounts right now that are in danger. Suzette has reached out to everybody, contacted them multiple times, to set up an arrangement to make sure that that's taken care of. And that list is a lot longer at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
We've also had people, you know, that are out of state, you know, that, we've been able to
I'm writing
find.
on
Yeah, yeah, there's,
No, this one
yeah, those are ours.
are ours, right? I mean, they're already ours
Yeah.
anyway, and this one is already, I mean, this is off the book, should be off the
Yeah,
books, right?
yeah, but I mean, it comes up, you know, for the liens.
Yeah.
But,
Would we-
Yeah, those two are ours.
How would we go about taking those off of this? I mean, so we didn't have to, keep bringing it up every time.
Well, this one is gonna get taken care of.
Right.
And this one here, when we put them out to bid, we're gonna have that one added to it.
Okay. All right.
Pass it to Rachel.
Yeah. So those two will be actually, those will be
We've already dealt
included.
with
Yeah.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That will be in the next bid packet, and that will
yeah,
be taken care of
Take care of
tonight,
that's right.
so.
As a matter of fact, we've done taken care of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and
Tony, you
I
could-
was gonna take a look at it. What is the next step with tax foreclosure?
It's, if we have to bid after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, thank you.
Okay. Alright. Discuss stop sign at the corner of Main Street and Washington Street.
Okay.
As you're going down Main Street Hill, you want me to elaborate on that a little bit? I was actually at Lyons Market the other day, and Mr. Lyons, Stevie Lyons actually mentioned to me about traffic coming down Main Hill, and I am one to be actually guilty of this. I tend to go a little too fast coming down Main Hill. I go too fast everywhere I go by. That is quite dangerous right there as you're coming, if people don't look, coming around the corner. So he suggested that we have, maybe put up a stop sign on, there's 2 telephone poles by Hayda's property, and put a stop sign on one of them. So you stop.
A two-way stop.
Now, can we,
Well,
can we put a stop sign on a pole because it's a public utility, or we're gonna have DOT or
We would
install
probably
a
have-
stop
Well, I
sign?
think we'd have to ask
On
the mayor or
on
whoever.
a, standalone stop sign with a post that's normally installed.
Oh, you could do that.
Because I'm just saying that.
And
we
I'm
don't
just
have to-
thinking, you know, just put a couple screws in.
Right, we don't have to deal with the utility,
Well, yeah,
and I think it might be more visible, since most stop signs are attached to a post in the ground as opposed to attached to a pole.
whatever. I just thought it would be a lot
Okay. Yeah,
easier, just
yeah.
take 2 screws and put the sign on them.
Well, I must say, as I come out of my driveway slowly, turning right slowly, obeying the speed limits, I have noticed that the people coming along Washington Street very often don't look up Main Street Hill.
Right,
They just keep going.
right.
So, yeah. So obviously that one stop sign is
Do
not
the trick.
very effective,
No.
yeah.
No, I mean, years ago, we had a red light there. It
It's
was actually
ideally-
green, yellow, red. I mean, it was the strip, you know.
Even
Oh,
a
straight
fine-
red.
Goodness! Oh,
Yes, we did.
Even a flashing red light, flashing
And then
yellow.
it went to a caution light where it was
Yeah.
just one single flashing light.
uh-huh.
And then they just took it out completely.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's the state would install that, I believe, transportation DOT,
but it was there for years.
yeah. I mean, that
Amazing.
would be the safest, because that would be seen in any type of weather, it wouldn't be obscured by rain, snow, or any other weather
Yeah.
conditions. Not gonna get blown down, 'cause it's gonna be hanging over the middle of the
Yeah.
intersection.
I'm for a two-way stop.
How would we go
Yeah,
about?
I think a stop sign would be fine.
Asking the state to install one? Is there a specific?
What, a
code?
street light?
Yeah,
A regular,
not red and green, but even an amber and red. For the, in other
like
words,
a
the
caution,
stop sign
like a yellow
would be on
caution?
Washington, and the yellow would be coming down the hill, the caution sign.
I think we could ask the state to relook at it, revisit it, or
And what the
whatever.
charges would be,
Pardon?
the charges, we would pay for them.
The state would install it, and I think we might have to pay for the maintenance of it. That's how I remember.
At one point, they put the, counter, you know, the thing that they count the traffic with.
Yeah.
And I don't think they thought there was enough traffic, but I think now, that was years ago, now, I think they're, you know, they might
But with
revisit
a
it.
flashing light, there would be no sensor. Because it would be constantly flashing yellow in one direction, and constantly
Red.
flashing red in the other direction. And a flash of red light is the same authority as a stop sign.
Brightly, shining in everybody's
window.
house. My window.
We'll put a hood around it.
Couldn't we have one that after 10 o'clock at night, you would not go green, yellow, red, and they
That's when you
would
get your
just go?
traffic.
That's when you need it.
Michael?
Well, that all sounds good. Being a resident in that region, though, I think what really is the problem is traffic coming into town going up the hill at an ungodly speed. And what is there to tell them or even ask them to slow down? You're controlling the other two directions, but I've seen it. I know you've seen it too, Rachel. You see somebody
Yes.
rocket up the hill.
Yes.
It's like, where are they going?
I know.
I think he was talking about coming down.
I know.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. It's
And
most people have figured it out and they watch out. And I've noticed following people into town who are going straight up Main Street will signal left, even though they're going straight.
Yes.
And that tells the person at the
Yes.
stop line, oh, they're going to proceed
Yeah.
by me.
Yes, and that seems to be the sensible thing to do. Somebody told me to do that. The biggest speeders in town that I hear are the little moped, motorcycle, what do you call them? You know, two-wheeler, the kids on two-wheelers. Yeah.
Motorcycle.
Four-wheelers?
No, two-wheelers, motorcycles, whatever they call those silly little things.
Scooters.
Yeah.
Scooters.
Must be moped.
Scooters, scooters.
Right. No, I've really never seen a scooter go up the hill.
say.
Yeah, I've
Oh.
seen cars and trucks just fly up there, and
Oh,
it
yeah,
just makes you
it's-
wonder if they're gonna be.
Well, what's your suggestion, Mike?
I was gonna wait and see what the deliberations of this board was at a conclusion to suggest that the state offers guidance in traffic matters. So, as you know, they did a count once, which helped them decide, maybe a camera for a while. Because instead of having a guy come down here and sit in a car and count and see, or the counter thing,
Yeah.
to get an idea of what's the problem. And like I said, one problem I see as a resident of that neighborhood is the speed going up the hill. So I come in and I look and it's like, well, you're really not putting any signage up to say, slow the hell down.
Yeah.
And even though it should be 25, I'm sure they're double that, if not more, ripping up that hill. So I don't know what the solution is, other than to ask for help.
Yeah. No, I think that's an idea, you know,
Yeah, we
ask
could
for
do
traffic guidance
Yeah,
from the state,
yeah.
okay? We all,
Survey.
okay, we all on board on that?
Sure.
Okay.
John, will you call the state?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we did? Review sewer abatement?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
That's
Had
brought
a
to
line
my-
to it.
So that's brought to my attention, we got a couple of sewer abatements.
Okay.
One is for a water leak confirmed by the water company. One is a usage billing error. This one is for a seasonal account.
Do we sign these?
Yeah, we have only a motion.
Oh,
And then the second one is also for a seasonal account, a billing error.
when do we sign these?
Right now, you have to vote on them.
I move that we sign all of these.
Second. All in favor? All those in favor? Yeah, all, sorry, we all, okay.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, you sign that. So you did find these?
fund abatement for taxes.
Okay, this is a letter from Suzette to the Board of Selectmen. Apparently there was a tax bill that was paid twice. Pass them down. Rachel?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, okay. You so quickly agreed to do this.
Well, it's not for you to hang on to and look at.
Okay. I'm
Do you
fine
want
with
to
that.
explain it?
There was a payment that was made by a customer who wasn't obligated to pay it. And there was some kind of issue where the new owner couldn't just make the payment to the previous owner. So they came and wanted to know if we could refund her money and
So then she could
she
be
could
paid
pay.
with it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
So-
case where there was a sale of property
Right around,
right around
yeah, April.
the April
Uh-huh.
first.
Cut off.
And
Yeah.
of course, you know, taxes are set by who owns the property as of April first.
So now we can sign it.
I'm fine with that.
We got a motion?
I'll make a motion that we sign this.
My second.
All in favor? Aye.
It's just to clean it up for accounting
Yeah.
purposes, that's. I know nothing about
Who is that?
computers, according to my computer lady, but I do know about accounting a little bit.
Which one sign it?
Oh, good.
I need
Sorry.
3 signatures.
So there we did.
B.
Okay.
Okay. Moratorium update.
Just a reminder that the moratorium on the moorings that was enacted back in October will be up as of April 13th. So that's next week. People are looking to put moorings in the water. Can contact the harbor master after the 13th.
E-waste pickup.
Anyway, I got a call from them. Apparently they're going to be in Eastport in the next couple of weeks. And after a couple of successful seasons in Lubec, they wanted to know if we could drop off some containers and if we were looking to do an e-waste collection again this summer.
Absolutely. I got a collection already.
I didn't know.
For the most part, I think so. I was going to present it to the board and just get their approval.
Yeah. It's a wonderful thing that we're doing there. I mean, it's eliminated the television sets on the sides of the roads.
Yes. We need a vote?
All right, we're gonna take a motion on that?
I move that we accept the e-waste.
Second it. All those in favor? All right, next one, appoint Ben Robinson, Deputy Shellfish Warden.
Okay, yeah, I got an email from Heidi Layton, and, we kinda ended up with a discussion, and right now, our current shellfish warden is unavailable. Ben Robinson is a gentleman who is the shellfish warden for the unorganized territory, and that includes neighboring Trescott. I reached out to Betsy Fitzgerald. She did confirm that he does have the qualifications to be a shellfish warden. He is an active shellfish warden for the unorganized territory. He reports to Heron Weston. You know, I left him a message, just to try to get a reference on him. But I did talk to him, I reached out to him, and he is willing to oversee the Lubec shellfish flats while Julie's gone. So I'd like to see if we could have the board appoint him as a deputy shellfish warden to cover that. I mean, the big concern with our shellfish ordinance is we have to have a warden.
Isn't Conservation Day coming up? Isn't Conservation Day coming up?
Conservation is coming
So
up.
has to usually to be present to
Yes.
confirm that people are performing their time.
And I did tell him too, they got a shellfish meeting on Monday,
Hmm?
and he's gonna make it.
I move we accept Ben Robinson for a temporary shellfish warden.
Oh, I don't think it's temporary, is it?
Yeah.
Right now, it's a deputy shellfish warden position until further notice.
Right.
Oh, okay.
On those terms, I second it.
All those in favor?
Yes, Michael?
Under those circumstances, will his, if he writes a fine, the town gets the money?
It would be, he would be enforcing the Lubec shellfish ordinance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good with me.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, now, do we have to go into executive
No,
session?
I got one more appointment. This is, was given to me today. James Backhouse, I guess, is going to be the music coordinator for Bike Maine.
Oh, yes, yes.
And we've been appointing them as a town committee, so that, you know, Bike Maine does have funding for entertainment, for
Mhm.
food and stuff. So this is going to allow him to, you know, perhaps contact the entertainment,
Mhm.
be able to, so if the board approves, I'd like to appoint James Backhouse as the music coordinator for Bike Maine.
Do we have any motion? Do we have a motion?
I move we accept John?
James.
James Backhouse as the,
Even south of that road?
yes.
Also,
Is that the
Yeah.
second? Okay.
second, Tony?
All those in favor?
Aye.
I'm the only other one that hasn't voted, so I get to.
Sign that.
Committee updates.
Committee updates, the Shellfish Committee is gonna be meeting April 11th at 6 p.m. The Recycling Committee is gonna be meeting April 11th at 4 p.m. The next RLF meeting is gonna be May 4th at 9. That's the same date as the Selectmen's meeting. Down East EMS is gonna be meeting Monday, April 25th at 4:30 in Michigan. The next Economic Development Committee meeting is going to be April 13th at 6 p.m. The next Budget Committee meeting is going to be April 14th, and that is the one with the school. At the school? No, up here. At 5 p.m.
Is that it?
That's all I have.
Okay. Any public comment? Oh, Mike.
Two comments. We're growing with activities in our town, and invariably, we wind up relying on our Public Works Department to be involved. And other municipalities also do this, and they also have an event permit, which helps offset the work and the monies expended by the town for the pay of the crew. But I would also like to point out that some towns have event permits, and instead of having volunteers, because sometimes, as you all know, we're hard pressed to come up with enough people for events, this is a little kitty of money where you may be able to pay some people, so you absolutely have coverage in certain areas because there's an incentive of pay to have it done. So that's something that I wanted to bring up with our increase in activities for our season, our tour season. The other thing I wanted to ask was, are we no longer being covered by Quaddy Tide's newspaper?
No.
I've been to a couple of public hearings lately, and I haven't seen the reporter, and I didn't know I was going to put in
He's
a...
out of town right now, but he's, yeah, we did the
Well,
last Quaddy Tide.
When he is out, I understand those things happen. No
Yeah.
one else covers for him?
I don't think he has a substitute.
I see, okay. I would also like to mention that I've been reading Countywide newspaper, which is a delightful read, and I like their tagline, Truth, Justice, and the American Way. And I just thought if we were left in the lurch, that maybe someone else could start covering
Okay.
us. Just a suggestion.
Anybody else? Okay, I thank everybody for coming, and we're going into executive session discussion, confidential records, poverty abatement request, 1 MRSA, yeah, /4056F.